For this flash challenge, you must tattoo a part of the body that is so delicate, accuracy is absolutely critical. The eyelids.
Holy.
Are you talking eyebrow or actual eyelid?
Lid. Closed lid.
Wow. Are you serious?
Have any of you ever tattooed an eyelid?
No.
I've done permanent cosmetics.
How do we keep the needle from going into their eye? I could just see it turning into a nightmare really quick. I don't tattoo faces. I am not cool with this at all.
Just hold it down and just do the thing right in here.
Oh my God. These people already have facial tattoos?
Your question will be answered right now. Let's meet your canvases.
The skin above the eyeball is super, super delicate. If you go just a hair too deep, you can screw someone's vision up.
You've each been randomly assigned a canvas and have 60 minutes to complete your eyelid tattoo.
Go and step this way. This is something you definitely want to do, right?
I'm pretty nervous.
Well, it makes two of us, so we'll be all right. We're gonna get through this together then.
The execution of the eyelid tattoos require one major thing, that is accuracy. This is a very dangerous thing to do. Your moves have to be precise. You get one shot.
I've been wanting this tattoo forever. I couldn't get no artist to do it. Have you done eyelids before?
I have not, but I've been tattooing 17 years, so I wouldn't be worried. The competition's ramping up, but there's definitely still low-hanging fruit. Jason and Josh and Kyle, I don't think that they're competing at the level that I compete at.
That's perfect.
Is that good? That's perfect. It's time for people to get knocked off.
The other artists don't even consider me as a threat.
Nervous? A little bit.
It's really important for me to win a flash challenge so I can show these guys that I'm actually in this game and I'm a force to be reckoned with. I gotta put it up a little bit higher. It's gotta be right, you know what I mean?
So what do you want to get?
An L and a 4. My last name is Labor, and then I have 2 older brothers, younger sister and me, so it's 4 of us.
Oh, that's cool. It's 4 of us too, and that's why I got the K on my face. All of our names start with a K. I'm so scared of poking somebody's eyeball out, but if I can tattoo anywhere else on the body, there's no reason why I cannot tattoo an eyelid.
Gargoyle on your eyelids, huh? That's what you want? That's the best you can think of?
G-A-R-G-O-I-L-E.
I'm like totally against tattooing faces. I just don't feel like comfortable with it. Not like physically, but just morally. So to have that on your eyelids for the rest of your life, I would say is a huge mistake.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I've had this since I was 16. So
I mean that what I do on you.
It's more about branding myself, and I've already have.
I want to make sure that he is 100% insanely confident that that's what he wants. Close your eyes again.
Oh boy.
This guy just to me is just a big ball of idiot. For real, dude, just do the challenge.
I still think it's a huge mistake. 100% if you didn't have tattoos on your face, I would not be tattooing you. But let's do it. I hate this.
We're about to go into a sheer trance state where I'm just trying to block everything out. I apologize if I don't start talking to you. I'm just gonna make sure I don't your face up, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
40 minutes, you guys, 40 minutes.
I had nightmares about this.
Oh, that's nice.
The needle going through my eye, blood
Well,
gushing
you've got some
everywhere.
really thick eyelids.
I can't put some big, terrible thing across her eyelids.
Close your eyes super, super tight for a second.
My idea is to hide 2 little hearts, enough in her eyelid that when her eyelids are half open, you can't see them.
Oh, that feels weird.
10 minutes remaining.
You trying to win this last challenge, Jimmy?
Yeah, man. 2 reasons. I ain't trying to someone's face up. 2, I want to win the so I take my canvas pick.
I've got his eyelids squished down, and every time he slightly moves his eye, I can feel it sliding all around it. It's weird as hell, man.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink, please.
I can't open my eyes. My eyes don't work.
Joshua's tattoo looks terrible. I can't read it. And if I can't read it, then it's useless.
How was the experience for you, Kyle? It's your first time doing the eyelids.
I tried to keep them where she'd be able to hold the job as long as she kept her eyes open. So you can see they kind of disappear a bit.
They're very small, very delicate, and very accurate.
The clean, tight outline that you put on those really works. Nice job.
Jimmy.
You really went above and beyond. You made even some little beveled edges in there. This thing looks as good as a tattoo would be anywhere else on the body.
Thank you.
Joshua.
I think some of the issues you have with the accuracy in this thing is from confidence.
Tattooing people's faces is something that I would never do in any other situation.
But you have a canvas here who's got plenty of face tattoos. That had to be at least somewhat comforting for you.
If I was set up with any of the other canvases, I would have forfeited this challenge.
Well, Josh, I think you have just full reservations on doing face tattoos, and I respect that. But the big thing here is accuracy. The second part of the word is a lot closer to the eyelid, and the other side comes a little higher up. I don't think your accuracy was on point.
Tattoo baby, how was it for you to tattoo the eyelids?
It was challenging. He wanted it really small, and he didn't want for you to see it when he had his eyes open.
It's very simple design, very clean, very legible.
This guy doesn't have any other tattoos. If I would have got assigned this canvas, I would have taken the professional responsibility to talk him out of it.
Jason?
Obviously, your canvas wanted it to be shown when his eyes are open. And accuracy, man, very clean line work.
It's the toughest outline you've had to do yet, and you hit it.
Oh my God, I might even be able to win this challenge.
Joey.
I figured this one's gonna be a breeze for you. It's a little rough, and it's not as accurate and as tight as a lot of line work we've seen you do.
As far as hitting the mark against everybody else, not the best day.
Turns out, Joey is not as good as he may think he is. Everybody has a weakness in this game. Everybody.
All right, guys, accuracy challenge, eyelids. I was actually surprised to see who I thought was the bottom of the day, two of our stronger tattooers.
Joshua's tattoo, it's very unlegible. There's 2 G's in the word, and those 2 G's do not look the same. That is not accuracy.
Joey's not far off of Joshua. A little more legible, but it's super shaky, very inaccurate.
If you look at symmetry, Joey had 2 eyelids, both with 4 letters, and they look wobbly as hell. Whereas you look at Jimmy, who did the deja vu, one eyelid had 4 letters, the other eyelid had 2, and he made them sit in a symmetrical fashion. I was surprised Jason pulled this off.
Mr. Rough outlines throughout the competition, and the guy comes out and does an eyelid and does it clean.
Today, we asked you to show accuracy by tattooing a very small, delicate canvas, the eyelids. Some of your tattoos looked very sharp. Jimmy.
You went in, you did very precise line work, and playing with the size so that even though you had 4 letters on one side and 2 on the other, it still looked very balanced. Great attention to detail.
Thank you.
Jason.
Your line work looked almost flawless on this eyelid. You seem very comfortable today, and that's where everybody should be.
Appreciate it.
The judges have decided that the winner of today's Flash Challenge is... Jimmy.
Finally.
Damn.
Many ancient Asian cultures use tattoos to express status, beauty, and their most profound beliefs. They understood that highly visible tattoos were the strongest way to make a permanent statement. Today, you must help your canvas make a bold statement by tattooing a very prominent part of the body, the forehead.
Forehead tattoos. Really? Out of control.
If you mess up on somebody's arm, they can wear a shirt over it. Forehead, are you gonna walk around with a headband for the rest of your life?
You must use ingenuity to create a design that works with the awkward shape of the forehead and complements the features of the face.
Play to the sensibilities of who you're tattooing. They're asking to get their foreheads tattooed, then be mindful of what it is you're tattooing and play into that.
You've each been randomly assigned a canvas, and you will have 3 hours to tattoo. Head back to the shop and meet your canvases.
I want to get a spider web.
Coming from there?
I mean, if we shave part of my head, take it back.
What were you thinking you wanted to get done?
Lace butterfly, kind of like pastel here.
That work, kind of sacred geometry, mandala type thing that kind of like goes to a point right here.
She wants her whole forehead blasted. I'm like, oh, hell no, girl.
I wouldn't get too crazy with it like being like too thick.
2 more hours.
Sure you want to go solid white on the stars or just highlights?
Highlights would be way doper.
I'm not nervous one bit. I can tattoo anything, anytime.
A little bit of shading right here.
I hope these new guys drop the ball. I want to see the all-veteran finale.
The end is so close. My alliance has eliminated 11 people, but the 2 remaining are the best the competition has ever seen. This dude wants pure misanthropy on his forehead. That almost looks like my name, Pure Misanthropy. If I don't do a clean tattoo and smooth lines with this lettering, I'm sure he's gonna hate me.
Getting my face tattooed was one of the best things I've ever done. I was a welder for 15 years, and then I got hit by a drunk driver. I wasn't able to weld anymore. Ended up being the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Getting my face tattooed was a way of committing to the tattoo industry for the rest of my life. This is who I am, and it's what I'm gonna do till the day I die.
Final hour remaining. 1 hour, guys.
Not working, blending in. Oh, Lord have mercy, this ain't going well. I convinced her to go with a more feminine design, so I'm doing all this itty-bitty dot work and lace patterns and beads. Every little detail takes time. I'm feeling the pressure right now. I'm sweating.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machine's down.
That looks sick. I love it.
Actually, I think she's got the head to pull off the shaved head look, huh?
I can't believe Christian shaved this girl's head to give her like a big biker jailhouse tattoo on her face.
I mean, even if she wanted to shave it all the way, she's got a good shaved head.
She looks like a psychopath.
All right, guys, it is now time to critique your work. Maddie, come on up. Mallory, it's obviously a huge commitment. Why did you want to get this done?
I have a genetic condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So basically, my joints dislocate very easily and don't really go back. Butterflies represent change and growth, a nice ray of hope.
There's a lot of detail in it. The color is very vibrant, fits nice on her face.
She was definitely the least tattooed canvas out of everybody, so I couldn't go all the way across her forehead, and she didn't want that.
That's my favorite part of the whole thing, appealing to her sensibility, not going overboard.
That's the name of the game. You gotta make them happy.
Christian.
The execution of this tattoo is top-notch. It's tough, it's bold. I really like the fact that you went back and put the light gray shading over the top of the dots. It softened up the whole tattoo.
I'm not a fan of the placement. It's a sideways yarmulke. It is abrasive for me, just sitting on the side of her head.
I can grow it out and still part of it will be showing with the spider coming down. It looks badass.
It's not really badass looking, and that spider looks like it's running away from the terrible haircut you just gave this girl.
Anthony, what does your tattoo say?
It says pure misanthropy. True and utter disgust for humanity.
The shape of the lettering, the shape of the overall design, the fit to the forehead, very nice. Legibility, you do have to get really close up on it to read it.
I would hate to get that close to him and then realize when I'm in his personal space...
He hates you.
...that he hates me. Are you happy with what Anthony did for you?
Way more than I thought I would be.
Thanks, guys.
James.
You really showed ingenuity just because you blended it into 2 different style tattoos on each side of the head. It framed her face very nice. The arc you put over her forehead with the dip in the center, very symmetrical.
I was a little over the top, and he kind of calmed me down. And he was like, well, let's make it a little bit more feminine and frame your face.
Talking her off the ledge is definitely the right thing to do. I totally commend you on that.
Clean. You basically reworked an existing tattoo, correct?
There's about 8 different tattoos.
You showed a lot of ingenuity. You basically redid multiple tattoos and tied everything together into one big forehead tattoo. Couple of downsides, the 2 sides that fade in, they're not completely symmetrical. The cracks come a little bit of different shapes. If you could have just brought those in and made a more symmetrical shape, when you look at them straight on, it would have just been a little bit more on the aesthetic side.
Clean did a rework. A couple of stars and some cracks and a touch-up. That's not gonna win.
The judges have decided the winner of the Flash Challenge is James.
Yours was not as straightforward as everybody else's. You softened up a lot of work that was a little bit harsher, and I really feel that you did her a service.
Woo, I'm stoked. I ain't never won a Flash Challenge before.
There's no better test of finesse than tattooing one of the most difficult parts of the body, the head.
Holy we're doing head tattoos. This sucks.
Your tattoo can be in any style, but it must be on your canvas's head.
It's on their head. You cannot this up.
Tattooing heads presents many challenges that other parts of the body do not. The hard, irregular bone under the skin requires a steady hand. The skin is thinner, finer, and more sensitive.
No one in their right mind gets their head tattooed. That hurts.
Let's meet your canvases. Jimmy, you won the Flash Challenge, and you now have the power to assign all human canvases. There's a lot on the line, so choose carefully.
Oh my God. I am definitely glad I won the Flash Challenge to be able to pick my canvas out.
My main focus is an eagle and some roses, maybe some vines,
What are they gonna do?
Biomechanical, and I want to go on my face, under my head.
Jimmy is so upset with me for not kissing his ass, but Jimmy doesn't threaten me. He's a great artist, but so am I, and I'm gonna win this by being a great artist.
Canvases. One by one, read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
Jimmy.
Joshua.
Jimmy's a dick.
Good luck.
Finesse is definitely going to come into play in this particular elimination because head tattoos are painful.
So have you tattooed head before?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's going to take a lot of bedside manner to be able to keep their clients calm and cool throughout the session and really show us what they have.
Usually I try to stay away from tattooing people's faces because obviously that's going to affect things a lot stronger than getting your head tattooed. But you know, when I'm dealing with somebody that isn't 18 and already has a lot of visible tattoos, I think it would be disrespectful for me to try to tell you what to do. I don't really like doing face tattoos, but this guy is in a place in his life where my opinion doesn't really matter, and I'm gonna shut up and just give it to him. This is really a comfortable day for me. I can't wait to get into it.
Holy. That scar is gnarly.
My canvas, he's got a 1-inch scar. It runs right through the area that we need to tattoo. I've got an extra challenge now.
I had a couple ideas until I seen that scar. If I run a line that's directly over top of that, you run the risk of that whole scar turning that same tissue. So you basically definitely have to finesse.
It's gonna be super difficult. I feel like I just screwed myself. One of my first instincts was to try to design something that could go around the scar, but it wasn't what he was asking for. So I'm gonna use finesse and just hide it within the wings.
And working with this scar is tripping me out.
Oh, there's a scar there? You're
When he shaved his head, dude, it's like,
oh, wow.
There's no room for mistakes right now. I have to be 100% on point.
4 hours to go, everybody.
Everybody thinks that I'm not an artist and that I can't draw anything, but I'm gonna prove these people wrong with this tattoo. We're about to have a visit from the peanut gallery. That's what I call the judges. What's up, guys?
What are you doing in there, bud?
Doing somebody's head. It's no joke.
Josh is doing biomechanical. My concern with this is the fact that Josh is not a great artist when it comes to drawing. His design, there's not much to it, and to me, this is all frosting and no cake.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. No more ink.
Ready for this?
Today, you had to show your ability to use finesse by tattooing a challenging part of the body, the head. Jimmy, let's start with you. How was this for you, tattooing the head?
It was awesome until he came back and he had about a 1-inch scar just right from where the eagle's head starts all the way back wrapping around.
The way you were able to seamlessly blend over the top of it, it really hides the fact that the scar is even there at all. As far as how the eagle fits the head, I like the wings and the eagle head and the beak and everything looks very cool, but I just think it's a little bit strange how his leg kind of just tucks in right there.
Tucking it under the ear, you shorted yourself on the composition. I'd like to see the other claw. If you could have fit that other claw in, it would have just made it so much more dynamic.
Joshua. You've been pretty vocal about not tattooing faces. Do you think that Jimmy gave this to you intentionally?
I don't know if he thought too much about that. It seems like everybody's here to compete and has a little bit of respect for each other.
Jimmy, you're shaking your head no?
The fact that there's respect?
I was speaking about the way I feel, so.
Okay.
As far as the actual design and the shapes of this, your initial outline drawing could have been a little more creative, but you made up for that in how much detail you put into it. You really brought that to life with these kind of surreal bone-like textures. Technically, you hit a lot of really strong marks.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be the dick, dude. I can't stand this drawing. I really dislike it. You are a technical tattooer. I was rooting for you last week and the week before because you did things that were your world. You pull off amazing things when you are replicating something. But this drawing doesn't look like an adult drawing. This looks like a kid drawing.
I wouldn't have done it if I didn't like it. I spent plenty of time drawing it. It has a very specific feel for
What
it.
is the shape? I'd be pissed right now if I was wearing this.
It's a good thing I didn't put it on you.
I would seriously have issue with you. Dude, you can copy a portrait, you can copy a comic book, you can do all those things, but this drawing stuff has got you in the doghouse.
The judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Jimmy.
Thank you.
You and Joey both did great tattoos. You showed us a little bit more wow factor.
The application, nobody can deny, is just clean, solid, tight tattooing.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Tattoo baby, Kyle, Joshua. One of you is about to close shop. Joshua.
At some point, you are gonna need to know how to translate things from your brain to the canvas. You are technically good, but today, your drawing skills have put you on the chopping block.
So you're saying because I don't have their strengths, I'm a weaker artist?
In this competition, you gotta be able to do it all.
The judges have decided Joshua, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.